Hello everyone, and welcome to my Marching Fire early access video, where I will showcase Shaolin against Nuxia in a 1v1 scenario. My opponent in this game is Regular Servant, generally considered one of the best 1v1 players in the world, so I think I lose? Can't remember, but at the very least this should be the highest level gameplay available on YouTube right now. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider giving a like and subscribing for more content like this, and let's get right into it. So we spawn in. And if you saw my other video about how Nuxia's trap is bad, well then you're gonna know what to expect from this game. But if I remember correctly, a few traps did land against me, and that was because I never played against Nuxia before. This was my first or maybe second game playing against Nuxia. So as more time passes, I will be traps will not be working. But you're gonna see a lot of 400 MS lights out there. A trap, the first thing that happens, right? But that should not land. So I go for 2 kicks in a row now. Then I ended up going for a sidelight because I did not know exactly how bad they are. The sidelights out of keystones are absolutely terrible and you should never use them, and I think I end up using them a few times in this video, which always they get me killed. And here, I think I tried to parry a light for some reason, or maybe I just try to dodge. I'm not exactly sure, you're gonna know by the input, controller input at the bottom. But it just wasn't very very well played, of course. So I ended up dying. I think I tried to dodge on prediction to a trap or a heavy, but I messed up the input or the timing. So generally speaking, in this match I'm trying to get any kind of distance, like right now, like this is the kind of distance I want to be at. This is way too close for me, but I end up parrying the light, thankfully. I didn't go for any mix-ups afterwards because I know that the Rave has very good reactions and good reads, so I didn't want to risk it. Although I probably should. Later on in the video I will be going for a lot more mix-ups after a heavy or something like that. Again, he's very close to me, and this is very risky, so I end up rolling away. My there I reacted to the trap with a guard break. And generally speaking, yeah, like I don't want to be getting hit by traps, getting hit by heavies, getting hit by lights, because that means he has 400 MS, 400 MS lights in a row to threaten me with. Whereas all I have, honestly, against an assassin, all I have is 400 MS light from neutral, which has really good range, so I want to be using an outer range rather than close to the opponent. And I have a heavy that I can then chain into a 400 MS light if it doesn't get parried, right? So you'll hopefully, I'm not exactly sure, I don't remember all the details in this footage, but you should be seeing me using this a lot. So this is the kind of distance I want to be. You see, there he tried to deflect my top light, and I threw a top heavy and it worked. I think I got, I think I kicked afterwards, and that led into a lot of damage. That was a heavy, of course, on the guard break. But yeah, you can see me trying to position better. Anytime here, I think I'm staying too long here in this distance because I can get hit, and it would it would hurt. Even though Nuxia's damage isn't low, but a lot of her attacks are going to be hitting. And here you can see I backdashed, and he rolled away from my options from key stance, which is at a certain distance it's safe, at a certain distance it's not. So it depends on the distance whether he can roll away or not from everything. There I dashed. I usually ended up, I think, dashing a lot more than you'd expect. There I thought my top light would hit him. So I ended up going into key stance, I think, and getting got broken. There's a lot of things happening here. One thing was that I got a deflect, and I think I either messed up the input or I pressed the guard break. I'm not exactly sure what happened anymore. So generally a lot of like sloppy plays, again, everything associated with playing a character for the very first time. Well, not exactly for the very first time, but obviously I wasn't deflecting much with him before. I think I dodged on finisher last round. I'm not talking about this round. Obviously I'm being destroyed kind of. But last round I dodged the finisher, I think, as well, into a guard break, which is, if I dodge the correct timing, it's guaranteed. Here I was getting wrecked, now I'm kind of coming back. I'm not sure if I win this or not, but you can see me unlock, sprint away to get any kind of distance, get a kick maybe or something like that, get a top leg, get a top heavy, if I think he might try to parry or deflect the light timing. But here I unlocked, and he, at the very same time, he light attacked or did a dash light attack, which I couldn't react to in time to be able to unlock and block or deflect or parry. So next round, here with of course I whiff a heavy. into key stance, but he rolls away because that was a distance where I can't really do anything. There I read that he's going to light attack. He did a heavy and he feinted it, so I got my heavy anyway. Here, similar, the other here was a read that he's going to do what he did. So this was a much better round, of course, for me, and that worked out a lot better. I got a parry. I got better reads this round. That's kind of what Nuxia and Shaolin is a lot about. Staying at distance positioning, but also a lot of the times about reads, because you cannot react, like as an assassin you can't react to everything that Shaolin has, and against Nuxia I also can't react to everything. You know, the lights are very difficult to react to, the 400 MS lights. So it's a lot about reads, a lot about the positioning distance. Here he whiffs the trap, I end up getting the light, and again, unlock the sprint. He didn't risk going for Garbage there, because I could also follow up with a light, 400 MS light. Here I'm low stamina, and I'm too close to Nuxia, so I'm sprinting away, trying to whiff something, maybe bait something out from him. I'm going a little bit more on the offensive. I had full stamina and I have the HP lead, which in a real tournament, by the way, I wouldn't be going for attacks when I have HP lead, because I would win with a time limit. But here I made the biggest mistake I could ever make. I think I may even die from this. I didn't quite die. But using sidelights as side of some key stance as a Shaolin is really bad. You should not do it. Yeah, and then he kills me. I think I tried to there unlock and heavy, because I thought he might be looking for a zone parry, so that's what I did. But it was a very extremely risky play, which again I wouldn't do in a ranked match or in a tournament. But ended up not working out, and he got his parry counter. I think he was looking for a top light parry or top deflect in general. There I hit the second heavy. He was not expecting the heavy, he was expecting a light, which would be dodged by him there, but I did a heavy. The undodgeable is very strong. Well, it's pretty strong. It has nice damage, 30 damage, and if you're playing as an assassin, it's a very good way to play. You can also obviously feint, it's a heavy. And there I'm not sure if he... I think I asked him even what happened. I think he just decided he messed up the parry timing on the heavy. Which of course happens to me probably multiple times in this very video, or in general in my gameplay happens a lot during March of Fire early access, as new characters, new animations, takes time to adjust. I messed up, and I also ate a trap, which is a big mistake, but I read his light correctly. I got a parry, got a 400 MS light in afterwards as well. But here I read that he would try and do maybe like a heavy feint to light, heavy feint to garbage, so I threw the heavy. I committed to it, but he parried it anyway. So there's a lot of you know, side feints into maybe top lights and stuff like that. Even a buffered 400 MS top light is still pretty quick. For someone like Rave, it's gonna be reactable, but not, you know, very easy to react to. And then I messed up there by dodging the second chain or the chain heavy, and at the wrong the wrong time, so it was it hit me for like what 30-35 damage, and because of that I lost the round. Otherwise it would have been extremely would have been in my favor for like 40 or so health. So another round, another starting up with a heavy feint or heavy whiff. And then I kept going with the pressure because I had enough stamina for it, so I read that he wouldn't be going for the parry on the heavy. And yeah, every time you dodge a kick against the Shaolin, you get the confirmed garbage, yeah, again. I thought I had used enough undodgeables before these two kicks that I could be fine, but I using the kick a few times, but of course, clearly I didn't using enough. And there, I think he deflected me. Like, I thought I was so safe that I was gonna whiff the heavy that I never even thought he would be able to deflect it. And there I ate a lot of damage, and I think I got hit by a trap, which again should not happen ever in a high level game. Yeah, this is the top one from Kistan has really good recovery. This high ones do not. Again, getting hit by a trap, and then messing up my timing. I thought there would be a light, and there was a heavy. Here, The unblockable from Kistan should never hit, but again, new characters, new animations, so it's understandable that it could sometimes hit. He tried to, I think, do a dash light on prediction, or maybe he tried to deflect the top light and then he realized it was a top heavy and thought maybe I would do a heavy feint to top light or something like that, or into Garbage or whatever other reasoning there was. He tried to do a dash light, or maybe he was just like, ah, nice dash light. Maybe he doesn't know how to deal with it or something, but I ended up getting the parry and killing him. Okay, another round. I'm just kind of sitting around here. Don't want to throw too many top lights because of course that is punishable. So I'm just kind of trying to mix it from the side as well. There I got mixed up because I thought it was be a light. In general, against new heroes I try and parry too much, which against Nuxia can get you killed very, very easily. Yeah, I should not be going for the I think getting the getting the unblockable ones just got me so hyped. And I was like, okay, let's use that move so much more, but it's not a good move, so there again I got parried for coming into my parry. And I got deflected there because I used my top light a little bit too much and he read me correctly. So again, I'm gonna reiterate this and probably at the end of this video as well. It's a lot about reads. Against assassins as Nuxia, against assassins as Shaolin, and against Nuxia in general, it's all about the reads, a lot about positioning. If you're playing against a steady guard hero as Shaolin, it's a lot more boring. You only really have your second 400 MS slide, which is very easy to, easy to deal with when that's all you have. And they can just block top, and they can half the time even block your undodgeables even if they dodge. There I think I tried to parry on light timing and he threw a trap, which got him hit, and I got my a follow-up light and also a key stance top light, which is a nice amount of damage, or whatever that was that I got was some nice damage. And now I can kind of chill, which I'm not sure if I end up doing it, but I keep getting pretty nice damage here. Again, a top light, and I think at this point he's probably looking for a heavy parry, but for a light parry, but I don't know if what I end up doing here. But yeah, generally I do like this matchup. I think it's decently fun, although I don't like playing with Nuxia specifically too much, because I think as long as the Nuxia takes it patiently enough, you should be out there. The Dojol got tracked by the last light, the finisher light. But I think if Nuxia takes it patiently enough, he should be able to whittle me down slowly, because my only offense really comes from top, which with enough practice I think is can be dealt with even as an assassin. But I do like this version of the matchup. I'm not sure if I'm going to like the version of the matchup that's like at the highest level once people know how to play against these heroes. There was an unneeded dash. Sorry, there was an unneeded dash there by me, which got me broken into a lot of damage. Every time you get hit by a Nuxia, well, everything chains into everything in her kit. So you have to be, you get hit once. Well, now you're in her mix-up, which is a little bit weird to play against as a Shaolin that doesn't have mix-ups like that. Doesn't have very good chains. He has the 400 MS slide, that's pretty nice, but in chain, but nothing else really. When it comes to chaining abilities, and there I think I kicked there at the end, which got dodged and got broken. From what I'm seeing here, I'm not using enough undodgeables. If you're playing as Shaolin, if you're a kind of aspiring Shaolin player, maybe you played in PTS, you like him, maybe you're just interested in the way he plays. Well, you should be using a lot more undodgeables than I am. For example, here it worked 30 damage plus the chip damage of the heavy. There, 20 damage from the kick. Generally speaking, if you can't deal with Nuxia's lights, you should be able to dodge a lot of them quite well within the chain, but you have to be extremely careful. And there, I think he tried to parry a top slide or something like that while out of stamina, just to kind of deal with the pressure of the kick or the second 400 MS slide. And I fainted and, of course, baited him out like that. He was one bar, so of course there Shaolin pressure actually becomes pretty threatening, so he did not want to risk it, and then he risked it, I guess. But it was a different kind of risk. So here I open up with a kick. A lot of top less have been hitting from me, which is definitely going to be a case for a while before people learn how to play against him very well. There he goes for the parry, commits to it, kind of like what I do sometimes, where I think that they might do something else. And I just started out my pressure. I thought the chain finisher line, which is slow because it's 500 ms. I thought that it wouldn't be, you know, he would not be thinking that I would go for that, so he'd be like not focused at all. But he ended up being focused getting the parry, but I ended up being able to finish him off anyway. And it's I think 7-8 now. I think I lose this like 10-8 in Nuxia's favor or in Ravelord's favor, but I'm quite happy with that, as I don't play much 1v1 and Rave of course does. But yeah, I still wanted to showcase this to you guys, or show this to you guys, so you can see like the highest possible, well, not the high, of course not the highest possible level of gameplay, but I think this is the highest on YouTube at least. So although as I say that I get trapped and deflected, but I ended up getting some nice damage from a parry into some mix-ups. And now we're kind of both same health, just above 1 bar. He's now just below 1 bar. And I think I end up dying here. Yep, I guessed wrong, let's say, there at the end. I should not have gone for that parry. If I do go for parries, I should always be going for option selects. Or not always, but a decent amount of time I should be going for option selects, especially when they feint a few times in a row. There might be going for like a feint to attack or feint to a garbage well. Then the zone will be a nice option select, even though it does deal only 10 damage. Good start for me. Even the silent hit, which usually doesn't hit against someone like Rave, but ended up getting nice. There I reacted to the trap. I'm proud of myself. My first time playing against it. There he rolls away. I could have caught it, but I did not know he would roll there. And there I think it just sideline hits him there at the end. I think he was just looking for a top parry or a top defensive option. And that's how it ended. So I think this is going to be the last round. I think he just wins here and we end up calling it a day. Because for those new heroes I want to do first to 10. And for old heroes like Warlord in the future or something like that, I would like to do best of 9s, like first to 5s, to shot them like quickly. Maybe Nobushi or Valk, I'll be playing those against the new heroes as well. I get a nice deflect there, but I think I dodge a little bit too late on the trap, and I then end up not being able to dodge it, not getting any punish, and I get deflected, but I end up blocking it because that's a good design, piece of design by Ubisoft. But I think now I just get kind of fucked. Oh, maybe I won this round. Okay, so I think the next one obviously is the last one. But yeah, that was a nice deflect by me at one point. I blocked his deflect. I would have died or been almost dead if I hadn't blocked his deflect. Nuxia's deflect is blockable. That's a great decision. I hope it's a bug, of course. Just kind of joking around here. So I got a top heavy here. Yeah, that's a pretty low damage, only 25. Not more than bulk. Here I get, I dodged the chain finisher at the correct timing. I get my damage. I get a little bit more, and now I'm doing really well. But I think he's gonna get like he's gonna get a parry and another stamina. So yeah, I get trapped, and then I think another light or something hits me. Oh, another trap actually, and then a light. A trap resets the chain, so you still start again from your second light, and that's what hit me, and that's what killed me. So let me know, guys, if you enjoyed this video. This is going to be about it for it. We played, as I said, the 19 rounds or so. It was pretty fast-paced for specifically, especially for a For Honor duel. Pretty fast-paced. I enjoyed a decent amount, which I usually don't. So that's a good sign. When it comes to Shaolin and Nuxia, if you want to know my opinion, please let me know about all the characters, about the mode, maybe Breach, maybe the future arcade or whatever. If you want to know my opinion on any of these, let me know in the comments, and I might make just a compilation video, let's say like an overall video for all my opinions about the Marching Fire DLC. If not, please make sure to like and subscribe. Leave any comments, any feedback, anything you liked or disliked about the video, please let me know, and I'll catch you guys later. See you next time.